We're driving cars on a Mars tonight. We're blasting off to the stars tonight. We wanna go, go. We wanna go, go.
Hi and welcome back. When the weather starts to get gloomy, I don't know about you, but I need a pick-me-up, something that's healthy and a little bit healing. Well, today's show is all about getting out there and doing things that make you feel better. Like going for a big walk around the Grampians with Abby, or looking at doing a spot of skiing in Whistler with Andrew. And checking out the sensory wonders of Illuminate Adelaide with Themis. Sounds pretty good, huh? And Elspeth is also off to indulge in a bit of pampering.
A bit of pampering never goes astray, and I've been told to come here to Longview, which is a winery.
Longview is based out of Macclesfield in the southern Adelaide Hills, and we're a bit of a destination. You know, we're not really near anyone else, but we're in a unique little situation that we love. We do have a cellar door up here, and we do lunches on the weekends, in the wintertime, also Fridays. With that, our Italian heritage is shining in this cellar door and our restaurant. We hand make all of our own pasta, and that's what we really specialise in, is an Italian fare. Well, Longview is quite unique. We're a grower of fruit, so we sell fruit to other producers. We also have our own brand, Longview.
And when the tastings are all done, pop down to the day spa and have yourself a little treatment.
The day spa is something really unique. It works in with our whole wellness program. It's kind of like a one-stop shop. You come up here, you relax, you can stay the night, you can get treated, pampered, and then also enjoy food and wine at the same time. I mean, what's not to love about that? There's a number of different treatments. We have a couples room, you know, you can get your facial, we have manicures and pedicures, and you know, you can go for a bit of a quicker massage, or you can actually have a longer experience.
And after your treatment, you sit down on this enclosed balcony and have yourself a wee drink and a chef-made platter. But if you're not ready to go home after all this pampering, well, you stay the night.
Yeah, so we're really flexible with our accommodation here. We have a number of king suites. A number of the suites are actually set overlooking our Pinot Noir vineyard. And then we have larger accommodations for families to book out and have the whole weekend or a whole week here. And it's really, really popular.
All up, a great experience to have on your own or with friends. I think it's time for a nap. Don't worry, I'll be back for the news.
For a holiday that feels like a great escape but is not that far from Adelaide, Halls Gap in the Grampians is a place to visit. I remember coming here as a kid and just falling in love with nature. The mountains, the wildlife, the lookouts, not to mention all the incredible food and local produce from the region. It really does have it all.
Halls Gap, we're right in the centre of the Grampians Garrywur National Park. Western Victoria here, beautiful part of the world. We've got ranges all around us. Major thing that people come for is the great outdoors. So mostly bushwalking, lots of waterfalls, short walks to do. In the greater region, we've got lots of wineries. Lots of people come here for a tipple of red. And then there's a lot of historic values around here as well. Werdug Lookout looks down to Lake Wartook, so that's on our western front. It's in the Mount Difficult range, looks out to the Gar, so that's the Mount Difficult summit, and then it also looks out to the eastern plains, which is Lake Lonsdale and the Pyrenees. Lake Wartook is above Mackenzie Falls, so that was dammed in the 1800s, and now that continuously flows, and so that's one of our biggest tourist attractions.
All right, Braden, now that I've changed into something a little bit more appropriate for a hike, we're on the way to Werdug Lookout. How far is that from Halls Gap?
So if it was a crow, that'd be there in 10 minutes, but we're going to take about 40 minutes on the road up there.
A little bit longer than a crow?
A little bit. We max out on 12.
Braden and his team facilitate hikes and camping experiences through this spectacular landscape. The most challenging hike is the Grampians Peaks Trail, a 13-dayer from the north to the south of the National Park.
The Gar to Werdug stretch of the trail will bring you right here to Werdug Lookout. And how good is this? Panoramic views of the northern peaks. All right, Braden, it takes 13 days to walk the entire national park, but what are some of the other options that people can look into?
Yeah, so, well, currently we've got 5 people out on the 13th day, but we also do run shorter expeditions.
Yeah.
So currently we're on the northern section, so that's a 4-day loop. And then you also got the central and the southern, which are about similar. Within that, you can do it in varied ways. So you can just go sleep in tents, if that is your cup of tea. We've got 2 signature campsites up in the north here as well, which have huts, so you can go have 4 walls around you and a mattress.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
On those ones, you know, we try to make things happy, so good food, fresh food every day. Maybe, you know, you'll be treated with a glass of wine and maybe some blue cheese.
Yeah, love that. If walking isn't necessarily your thing, is there still plenty of accommodation options in the Grampians region as a whole?
There's heaps. So most people base themselves off in Halls Gap.
Yep.
So from there you can still stay in your tent if you so desire, or in a caravan. But there's plenty of other in-house accommodation, whether it's B&Bs, backpackers, or even higher-end accommodation. But also further out of town, so down at Dunkeld or even Horsham in the north, there's plenty for everyone.
A 40-minute drive from Halls Gap takes us to the breathtaking Mackenzie Falls, a waterfall that flows all year round.
If you are a lover of the outdoors, adventure and nature, then the Grampians certainly is the place for you. Let me paint a picture. Imagine exploring this beautiful countryside during the day and then going home, getting cosy in front of the fire with a glass of red. I don't know about you, but I'm sold.
You know, we're all a bit fascinated by light. In fact, people travel all the way to Finland to check out the Northern Lights. So why not rug up and get down to our own light show, Illuminate Adelaide?
Illuminate Adelaide is a new winter event for Adelaide in July, and it really is about the convergence of light, art, music and technology, and it takes over the streets and the laneways all throughout the CBD of Adelaide. So Lee Cumberledge, my co-director, and I really wanted to bring South Australia a new event and really work with the creative industries that are here in this state and bring it out into the public realm for everyone to enjoy winter in Adelaide. It's a new concept that we don't have major events in winter, so we really wanted to create that for South Australia. So to use light, I suppose, within our event is also a reflection of technology. Light, we wanted to do things at the evening time that people could come out at night in winter time, and light is a beautiful beacon. It makes you feel warm and inviting. It also is about a bright future, and at the time we were sort of bringing it together, it was around COVID time. We really wanted to have a positive event for everyone to come out and immerse themselves in.
It's a really good idea to jump onto the Illuminate Adelaide website to plan your visit, because some events are ticketed and others are not, and you don't want to miss out.
Of Illuminate Adelaide this year include light cycles, which happens right here in the Adelaide Botanic Garden. And we're bringing that back this year. It completely sold out in 2021. It's this huge installation and immersive experience by Moment Factory from Montreal in Canada. It involves a walking experience through the gardens over 7 big installations, including one in the Palm House here behind me. and it will run from the 7th of July right through Illuminate Adelaide. We're bringing Ouch Studio from Istanbul, who are at the forefront of immersive experiences involving AI, and they create these incredible projection works. We're building a gallery in the East End that's a huge construction, 8-metre high walls, 1,000 square metres, where this exhibition will take place, and the public will be able to really enjoy being right in the middle of a huge projection moving image works that Ouch create. So we're bringing back Light Creatures, which is our after dark experience at the Adelaide Zoo, where there's a number of different immersive installations inside the zoo and a number of animal lanterns as well that we've created in conjunction with a number of artists. So we have a huge music program as well as part of Illuminate Adelaide. We're bringing the Gorillas to town at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre on the 28th of July. We've also got Unsound at the Dompolsky Centre, which is an experimental music festival, and Classic Underground also at the Dompolsky Centre. So we've also got City Lights, which is our huge free program across the city. We have more than 40 installations in 3 key precincts, so in the East End, in the West End, and also all along North Terrace, where we place these installations in different laneways and public spaces, and also onto buildings in some cases, and we bring really some of the best artists from around the world to present these works.
Make it a date night. Pop on a coat and go out for dinner and immerse yourself in this magnificent event.